Hello and welcome to the 27th episode of the Backburners. I'm Dylan Sherman.
And I'm Sam Tiller, and we want to thank you for lending your ears for another hour of non-stop sports entertainment.
And we're back with a full stewed. Chef
So
LaRocca.
excited.
No microphone this week.
And she didn't have anything to drink beforehand, so
That's
hopefully
right.
she's quiet.
Yep. Oh, man. This is a pretty wild weekend of sports.
It was the Wild Wild West.
It was. Wasn't as crazy as you were probably hoping for,
No.
but still a lot of action.
Well, after Baylor lost, I was kind of like, or Baylor won against Oklahoma State, I was like, all right, it's started, because I
Right.
texted you, I go one down.
Right.
But yeah, then everything else kind of just played out.
Yeah.
Like it probably, I mean, outside of Alabama, just absolutely shitting all over Georgia, which was, I think it surprised everybody but Alabama fans.
They were laying low all year, it seemed like.
Yeah, and I didn't really get to watch the second half because CBS was being weird at home. So as soon as I left the bar, I couldn't watch it. But I don't really know if Georgia just didn't show up or if Alabama just played out of their minds, because I didn't watch the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a couple clips, like that snap hit Stetson in the face, and like I don't think Georgia showed up really.
No. But don't worry, we're going to get into it, because this is a sports podcast hosted by two former jocks whose sports knowledge is a mile wide and an inch deep. Whether it's breaking down the latest slate of professional, college, and obscure sports, or debating the best game day traditions, we've got you covered. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Backburners Pod, and give us a listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Pods. I've not had a clean intro.
2 weeks.
No, it's,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was last week and now this week.
I really butchered last week.
You did. It's okay though.
God. I had
The thing is, when you start at the bottom, you can only go up.
That's right. That's right. You're exactly right. I had another weekend away from you,
Thank God.
and it was really nice.
It was.
It was. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
5 years of being roommates it's going to be over very soon.
It's too much, but not as soon as I was expecting.
Yes, plans.
Unfortunately, I
Plans
got
did.
another
Since you guys are in like a domestic partnership, do you have to like file for divorce or like is there any paperwork you have to fill out upon moving out?
God, I'm gonna take you for everything.
Take it for half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I made you sign that prenup. You didn't even know about it.
No, was it like
It was in the rent. It was in the lease.
I read the whole lease. Was it like in white fine print?
It was in urine. You had to heat it up. Yep. And speaking of which, like we said last week, we have an amazing new sponsor with Chillo. And it begs the question, do you need a roommate? Are you looking for a roommate and a place to live that adds stress to your already busy life? Well, Chillo is here to cure that headache. Introducing the Chillo app, a place to find a roommate and a rental home on the same platform. Simply create your profile, swipe on potential roommates, match, message, and meet. Chillo gives you the ability to find roommates that have similar interests and lifestyle choices as you. How about that? So if you like, snakes, find a guy that likes pet snakes, and you can have snakes together in your house. Or if you like the Dallas Cowboys, you can unfortunately find somebody who likes the Dallas Cowboys.
Even Scout could find a roommate on this app.
And you might even make new friends. Who knows? And for a limited time, Chillo is donating $1 to Catch Idaho, a local nonprofit dedicated to ending homelessness in Idaho. Find your next roommate on Chillo and download in the iOS App Store today. Much better than you.
It was. But, it's okay.
That's all right.
I admit my faults.
Good.
Reading and tying shoes.
Yeah.
Those are my faults.
Out of everything in your life, those are the two. Those are the two biggest
Yes.
flaws of yours.
Dude, I have to tie my shoes, like, if I wear shoes all day, I got to tie each of them probably like 3 times.
Do you not double knot your shoes?
Nope.
Why?
Because I'm not like 7 anymore. It feels childish to double knot my shoes, but I can't tie shoes,
what?
so
Do you
it
not?
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
I double knot.
really.
Yeah.
Your shoes aren't double knotted.
I mean, yeah. but I usually double nut.
Interesting.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously. Let's get into this show. We're gonna kick it off because it's been this season. It's still going on, but the coaching carousel in college sports has been off the rails.
Yeah, it's been pretty bizarre, and it's just gonna keep going.
So I was thinking we could do a little recap.
Okay.
Of the splashy moves that have happened, starting with the University of Oregon. They have lost their man, and Mario Cristobal. He's going back to Miami.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was kind of talking about this with you a couple months ago, saying like if Cristobal leaves, like I'm gonna be super pissed, but I'm not that upset about it because of his circumstances. I understand why he took that job. It's totally different than the Willie Taggart situation for Oregon fans because Taggart left after literally saying that this was his dream job and I'm going to be here for the long haul. And then just like that, he's gone. And so people were really mad. But I feel like the writing was kind of on the wall because this was like days in the process. And then the reports came out that his mother is ill. All of his family's in Miami. He's having family issues and he wants to be close to his kids. Like, it all makes sense. So I'm mad at the situation. I'm not mad at him personally. I understand why he had to leave. Yeah, it sucks though. But who knows? I mean, the future could bring something that, Mario couldn't. And that's the good and the bad with a coaching change, right? Because like with your current coach, you know what you're going to get. But there's kind of like a little bit of excitement and uncertainty when you don't have a coach where, you could get like a Luke Fickell or a Chris Peterson or potentially they coax Bob Stoops out of retirement. You just don't know. So there is that element of excitement that comes along with it.
So Manny Diaz is out in Miami. Enter Mario Cristobal. Cristobal left Oregon with a 35-13 record, 2 Pac-12 championships. How about this? Brett Venables to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's a good hire. I like Venables.
Hire.
He was, he's been Clemson's D coordinator for a long time. It's pretty exciting for him. It's his first gig as a head coach, and we'll see what happens. He's going into the SEC, so
yeah. I'm surprised that that it took him this long to get looked at as a head coach because he's a great defensive coordinator. I mean, for years.
I mean, when you have it good like he did, it's like,
yeah, but doesn't every coach want to be a head coach one day?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the end goal, but when you're in it, especially with the past, think about what Clemson has done the past 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
the question is he still going to wear his orange neon hat?
I would say
at
no.
Oklahoma.
I would say no. It's not really their school colors. The orange.
Oh no, it was yellow, wasn't it?
Venables?
Yeah, it was like a bright yellow with the Clemson logo on it, so he could just get it switched to
Oh,
OU.
yeah, it is. Oh, it's like highlighter yellow.
Yeah. I don't know why he wears that hat.
Probably so that players can see him on the sidelines.
So if he's like
sending in like signals and stuff.
Oh. Well, if he's still going to be the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma.
Oh, he's head coach.
Well, yeah. That's what I mean.
Right.
Though head coach, but he's also probably still going to call the defense. So he will be also the defensive coordinator is what I meant.
I see what you mean. There you go.
He'll probably still wear the hat.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of iconic of him.
We have Marcus Freeman being promoted to Notre Dame's head coaching spot. He's been the defensive coordinator. It seems like most everybody is fired up about him. Seems like he's an unbelievable guy. Just watching a few videos of his, and he's like players coach. It seems exciting.
Is he their interim hire, or did they like bring him on fully?
No, I think he's full blown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Kalen DeBoer is at UW now. He was hired after going 12-6 in 2 seasons at Fresno State. He had a great year this year with Fresno State with him and Jay Kaner. Is Jay Kaner going to go back to UW?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Obviously, we have Brian Kelly going to LSU. That's
with his Southern accent and all.
His Southern accent. We did talk a little bit about that last week. We obviously have Lincoln Riley going to going to USC. Good
Wow.
Lord. See, it's a disaster. There's so many schools going on in my head right now. We talked about that a little bit last week as well. It's not going to stop.
No, it's not.
Not going to stop.
For the next couple weeks, it's going to keep going.
Yeah. Well, how about a little intern report? That hardworking intern. Do you want to read a little? You want to read some of it?
I don't have it.
It's on the dock. Put it down.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't want to read it?
Nah.
All right, I'll read it. All right.
It's like a lot of words.
It is. So let's see. To recap the weekend, the Ducks got beat down again against Utah. That was bad. And I was wearing my Oregon stuff in a bar in Austin, Texas, and I got a lot of looks.
Yeah.
And a lot of words that we can't say on this platform here.
I didn't watch the second half.
I really didn't either. I was peaking, and I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, like it was once it got to like 14-0 and then Oregon missed that field goal, I was like, it's literally a repeat of what happened 2 weeks ago. And it essentially was.
Yeah.
The score was basically the same.
Yep. Anyways, we have Alabama and Georgia. Oh my God. That was wild. That was an insane game.
Yeah.
Bananas. Michigan destroyed Iowa. Cincinnati beat down on Houston. Baylor was the only upset of the weekend, taking down Oklahoma State.
That was a great game.
Oh my God, that ending.
Yeah.
It was, what was that, Friday Night Lights ending?
Yeah, we'll get into it. That's my mom's spaghetti.
Oh, whoopsies. So now we have the playoff game set with Alabama, number 1, playing Cincinnati, number 4, and we have Georgia and Michigan. I like that 2-3 matchup. I think that's going to be a fantastic game.
I like the 1-4 too.
You do?
Yeah, I think Cincinnati can compete. I really do. I didn't think they can compete with Georgia, but I think they can compete with Alabama. They have some legit dudes on that defense, and I don't know. I just think Cincinnati's going to surprise some people. I don't know if they're going to win, but they'll probably make it a game.
We will certainly see. The Heisman candidates were released. We have Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh, quarterback. We have Bryce Young from Alabama, Aiden Hutchinson, the DN from Michigan, and C.J. Stroud. This was a weird year because it seemed like there was no one guy.
No, it's going to be Bryce Young by default.
Yeah. I would love to see Aiden Hutchinson get it. He is an absolute...
Oh, he's a monster.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
Yeah, he's a damn good football player. Did you see that video of Kenny Pickett faking the slide?
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
Yeah, I think so. I would agree that it should be illegal.
Because when you watch that clip, the defenders pull up, and Ryan Clark had a really good take on it. He was like, this is going to basically force defenders to take late hit and targeting penalties if quarterbacks start doing this, because if you're just going to fake slide, when you really slide, I'm going to light you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they should make that illegal. I know it's tough because it's
how are you going to...
It's a juke, but I don't know. For the safety of quarterbacks, you have to make that illegal.
It looked like he was going to tear every ligament in his knees when he was doing it. It was just like the way, I don't know. He seems like hell of an athlete.
I'm not even talking about his knees. I'm talking about his head.
But I'm saying with just watching him do it too. It was
his
knees
was
were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be illegal. That just needs to be the risk that the quarterback knows going in there.
But then you shouldn't penalize. The issue is that, okay, if it's a risk the quarterback wants to take, then don't penalize the defensive player for hitting him when he's on the ground.
Right, because the whole thing with the slide is like when they slide like a baseball slide, they're basically giving themselves up. So they're exposed on the top, and you
can't hit them.
Right, and they're slowing down.
You're not allowed to hit them.
You're not allowed to hit them. It's a 15-yard penalty.
No.
Gotcha.
And they're going. They slow down so much, and you have these safeties and these backers who are basically diving at them. Like the amount of injuries, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So that they have to, either like highly discourage it and tell guys like an unwritten rule in baseball, right?
Mhm.
It should be like an unwritten rule in football. You cannot fake slide or just make it illegal and throw a penalty. I don't know, a taunting penalty or something on sportsmanlike conduct. I don't know.
Let's see, a quick NFL recap. Cowboys defense carries them to a victory over the Saints. Tom Brady and his 4 touchdown passes led the Bucs to a 30-17 victory over the Falcons. Justin Herbert, the golden god himself with his rocket arm. I love him.
He played so good.
I love him.
The Chargers are so weird.
Yeah. I mean, how do you it's like them, the Raiders, the Bengals. It's like, how do you the Ravens, how do you evaluate these teams? Because it seems like every team this year has had a great win, a horrible loss. It makes it honestly makes it hard to do line of the week.
It's inconsistency.
Right, because it's like, how do you evaluate this team?
Yeah.
The Dolphins, they beat the New York Football Giants.
They did,
and Tua looked good.
And they've won 5 in a row. They were 1-7. Now they're 6-7, and they're in the playoff picture.
They're the first team in NFL history to go from 1-7 to 6-7.
They're playing damn good football.
Who would have thought? Certainly not me.
I mean, I kind of thought that they were going to be good at the beginning of the year, and then they just fell flat on their face. Their defense is damn good. It's just the questions on offense and mainly at quarterback. But if Tua can keep playing like he's playing, they're going to be fine.
A very cool moment from the weekend. Gardner Minshew going in, helping the Eagles score a victory over the Jets.
Uncle Rico. Did you see the video of him and his dad after the game? No.
Oh, I'll show you later. It's fantastic. Him and his dad were just embracing for like a minute straight. He was so hyped. Oh, it was cool to see. Very, very cool to see. We will get into the Lions' victory. And how about the Seattle Seahawks getting the big win over a division rival? Again, it was a classic Seahawks panic attack, blood pressure, heart attack, full-blown tremor game.
Yeah.
But they did it. The offense actually played pretty well, and they had that fake punt at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. I had a little debate with my dad after this game because he said that Pete Carroll should have kicked the field goal on that 4th down before they fumbled it on the goal line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see.
When Gerald Everett fumbled on the 2, they went for it on like the 4 or whatever, and then they got the first down to get it to 1st and goal. And my dad was like, you take the points right there, you end the game. You don't go for it. And I was like, okay, but first of all, the play worked. They got the first down, and you can't predict turnovers. And when you're that deep, you got to trust your defense. And so we were just having this like little debate about it. And at the end of it, I was like, look, this is old school football thinking versus new school football thinking. Because back in the day, going for it on 4th down in the NFL was taboo. It was something you just didn't do. Play the field position game. But now with analytics, it says if you go for it on 4th down, it's better for you if you get it. And then if you don't, you're screwed. But it's the gamble you have to take. And you've seen it a lot more this year in the NFL. Coaches going for it on 4th down, which I love. It adds more excitement to the game.
Mm-hmm. They finally pulled it off. They actually look good. Let's get into some hot takes, baby. You want to kick this one off?
Yeah, I think the Bills Super Bowl window's closed.
They look terrible. I mean, the weather was a huge factor, I think, but they have been so up and down this year.
Okay, but let's talk about their defense. First of all, they knew the Patriots were going to run. Mac Jones had 3 pass attempts the whole game. It was like, you have to stop the run, and until you stop it, we're going to keep doing it. And they couldn't. I said this a couple weeks ago that I think the Patriots are going to win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones, and I said it was going to be before his rookie contract ends. It could be this year.
The way that they have been playing, they're back. They're officially back.
They are officially back. After one down year, they get their guy at quarterback. Now they're back, and this is why I think the Bills Super Bowl window is closed. Because if the Patriots now rule the AFC East again,
And the rise of the Dolphins.
And the rise of the Dolphins, like it was short. It was 1 year. It was short, but they missed it.
They lost. they didn't even score a touchdown against the Jags. It echoes the same theme this entire year. All of these teams have great wins and horrible losses.
Yeah,
and it's so hard to evaluate because even the teams who are hot right now have shitty records. The Dolphins, Patriots.
Patriots are 9-4. That's not shitty.
All right, sorry. Chargers, Bengals, Ravens.
Yeah,
all these teams have average records.
Right. And who else in the AFC? I mean, the Chiefs kind of seem like they're back. They've started getting on a roll again, and their defense has started to play better. But I don't see anybody beating the Patriots in the AFC right now.
No, it's the Wild West. It may not be the top conference right now, but it is by far the most open.
Yes, 100%. If anybody gets hot these last 4 weeks, who knows what can happen?
Yeah,
it's just I feel bad for the Bills because their Super Bowl window was small, but now that the Patriots are officially back, and I think everybody can agree on that, they're screwed. They're not gonna. I mean, it's gonna be between them and the Patriots to try to get the top or the division win, and I mean that was their downfall for 20 years when Brady was there. So I think it's closed. It might be hot because Josh Allen's still young, and I mean they do have talent, but also like, did you see that press conference with
I did, with
their two safeties? They like walked out because the reporter was like, "Is run defense a problem?"
Well, I think the way it was like was the way that they ran the ball on you like embarrassing or something.
Yeah, and they're like, "That's a disrespectful question." No, it's not. They threw the ball 3 times all game, and you lost. That is not a disrespectful question. That's a fair question to ask.
I'm looking up the box score to see all the stats and everything because I'm curious how many.
They ran the ball 41 times.
Let's see. Bear with me. So the Patriots ran for 222 yards. Oh my God.
That's an issue.
Wow. Oh.
And when you know it's coming and you still can't stop it, come on.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Very well could be closed.
Sorry, Bills Mafia. I know I picked you to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. Sorry. It's closed.
All right. My hot take. We were talking about it earlier. The head coaching position at the University of Oregon is open. There's been some names thrown around. My hot take is that Chris Peterson in some way goes to Oregon because oh, wow. Whoops. Highlights from the Patriots Bills.
There were a lot of them.
Me? No. I think Chris Peterson goes back to Oregon in some capacity because the Ducks lost their head coach. They also lost their offensive coordinator. I know that Chris Peterson left UW in a very weird way because he was tired of, I think, the responsibility and just the beatdown that coaching has on you. I think if he takes an OC position, he gets kind of the best of both worlds. He's only responsible for the offense. He still gets to go back and coach. He's a local guy. He was an assistant. He was a receivers coach at Oregon in 1995 for 6 years under Mike Bellotti. He knows the Northwest, obviously at Boise State, obviously at UW. There's a great article written by John Canzano. He was an Oregon sports writer, and he basically summed it up like there's 2 ways that coaches or that schools can hire coaches now with all of this honestly dead loyalty that's going on that we see nowadays, that people are just chasing big contracts because of their name or because of what they've done in the field. Schools can either find a splashy guy, a big name, and probably expect 4 to 6 years at the most. Mm-hmm. Or you find a local guy. You find the guy whose dream it is to be the coach of that team. And Oregon has a choice. They find a local Northwest guy like a Chip Kelly, they Chris Peterson, Justin Wilcox, maybe Kalani Sitake of BYU, or you go for a splashy name. And obviously there's not a whole lot of splashy names out right now because it's kind of...
The splash would be Luke Fickell.
Well, yeah. Okay.
That'd be the splash.
I think with the Chris Peterson hire, you get both.
I do
both
too.
The best of both worlds. So as of right now, Chip Kelly is the favorite at 1+150, followed by Kalani Sitake of BYU, Justin Wilcox of Cal, Brian Harsin.
I don't think he'd leave Auburn after a year.
No.
I think that's bold.
No. Chris Peterson, Matt Campbell of Iowa State, Dave Aranda of Baylor, Bill O'Brien, no thank you, and Andy Avalos. He's on the odds.
Well, that'd be weird.
That would be super weird.
I don't think. Eventually, he'll probably leave Boise State, but not
after a year.
Not after a year.
No.
I mean, he played linebacker here at Boise State. There's no way he disrespects his alma mater like that and just takes off after a year. There's no way.
Yeah. I hope, because this is their, fourth head coach in 7 years?
It'll be their fourth head coach in the last 10.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Chip.
I think Chip would be great.
I'm pulling for Chip hard.
Going back there would be great. Wilcox would be interesting because he's such a fantastic defensive coach. The knock on him is that his offenses have sucked.
Yeah, but if you bring in a Chris Peterson for your OC, then that fixes that issue.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Right. They're going to get it right, I think. I think they're sick and tired of, the things that happen with Taggart and now Cristobal. Obviously two different situations, but still sort of similar.
Yeah, you're pulling guys from Florida, and then they just end up going back anyway.
Right. I think they'll get it right. I hope they get it right. Who knows?
I mean, no matter what you think of Rob Mullins, I think that he's a fantastic AD, and
I think he is too.
He's gonna get this right.
Yeah,
and it's a very attractive. He has to, or else it's his job. I think they're gonna get it right. I think that they're gonna go with somebody safer rather than a big splash.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. The intern's hot take, we were just talking about it. She thinks that the Super Bowl is going to be the Buccaneers and the Patriots. Wouldn't that be a thing?
Well, I think the NFL is going to do everything. I know that they don't really have a say, but they're going to try to do everything in their power to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the viewership in a game like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back when Brady went back to Foxborough in the beginning of the year, week 4, that was like one of the most highly anticipated regular season games of all time. It would be the highest rated, most watched Super Bowl in NFL history if the Patriots play the Bucs.
Oh, it would break TV records.
Yes. It would be insane. You have the GOAT versus the GOAT, and they used to be under the same roof.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah. As much as I was so sick and tired of seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl, this is the only way I will actually enjoy it.
Who would you root for in that Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't want to say the Patriots because I hate Patriots fans.
I do too. But you don't want Brady to win his 8th Super Bowl.
So I guess by default, Patriots.
Yeah.
See if Mac Jones can do it.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, the discussion's going to be, can he win 6?
Right.
The Buccaneers, have they been like good recently?
Yes.
Like besides this year? Because
Yeah,
I
they
feel
won the
like
Super Bowl last year.
I've never heard of a Buccaneers diehard fan, and I've never I feel like I have no idea that they would be Super Bowl contenders because I've never heard anyone talking about.
Well, they
them.
won the Super Bowl last year, but that was the first time
That
since.
shows how much I paid attention.
So they were hot in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl with Gruden.
Yep. Yeah. But since then, it's been pretty mediocre. And then when Brady made the decision to go to Tampa, everyone was like, what? Tampa Bay?
I thought it was the best movie could have made.
But then,
because they had a great defense and there was weapons.
Right. And then you realize, he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
All those and then their defense.
Yeah.
So, but it was like just so random because like they had Jameis, and so everybody just knew Tampa for Jameis.
Right.
It's 30-30.
Yeah.
But who knows? And let's get to our. You want to do Mom Spaghetti before we do? Are you serious?
Sure.
All right.
Mom Spaghetti.
That's right. My Mom Spaghetti. The Detroit Lions getting their first win of the season. Oh, my God. This game was nuts. They had a walk-off touchdown. Jared Goff, bringing his big dick, swinging it around, throwing a dart to Amon-Ra St. Brown with like 2 seconds left. Oh, my God. It was crazy. So Kirk Cousins threw a touchdown to Justin Jefferson with 1:50 left. Jared Goff led the Lions on a 75-yard drive with no timeouts. Oh, my God. It was a crazy game. Goff finished with 296 yards, three tutties, and a pick. They almost lost the lead. Oh, they did lose the lead.
Yeah.
They were up by 14, and then they Detroit Lions'd their own lead.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, my God. It was so cool to see. Everybody was hyped. A really cool moment here in the press conference. Dan Campbell got up there, and there was a horrific school shooting in Michigan earlier in the week, and so they dedicated the game and the game ball to them. So that was a really cool moment in the end. All around, I just love to see it because, like, I love Dan Campbell. I talk about him so much. I think I have a crush on him. But just to see him happy and to see everybody in the locker room just get hype, it was a cool moment.
Yeah. The Vikings. What do you make of them? They beat the Packers and then they lose to the Lions. It doesn't make sense.
It's the same thing, just inconsistency.
It doesn't make sense. This was the nail in the coffin for Mike Zimmer. He's done.
Oh, totally.
He's done. After this year, he's gone.
Yeah. Do you get rid of Kirk Cousins?
Yes. I don't know who you bring in, but he's done. He's pretty clearly not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And they have a potentially Super Bowl winning roster. They're talented at all levels. But head coach and quarterback, it's a little rough. Mike Zimmer's out. He's done.
Okay. Who do you got? Or what do you got, I should say?
Baylor, Oklahoma State. We just briefly mentioned it in the intern report, but that game was wild. There were 6 turnovers. Oklahoma State did not want to win that football game. Their quarterback threw 4 interceptions.
No touchdowns.
No touchdowns. They fumbled the ball once. Baylor had 2 turnovers. It was wild. And then to end it, you get a goal line stand by a Baylor defense that looked pretty susceptible in the second half. And then option play, running back bounces it outside, and it looks like he's going to get in, but just flat out speed by that safety to just knock him out by inches. I saw
inches.
Yeah. I saw a video of an Oklahoma State bar, and like when he bounced it outside, they're all like getting hyped and stuff, and then he dives, fumbles the ball.
And people are cheering like thinking that he got in.
Well, it kind of looked like he did. As soon as he bounced it outside, it was like there's nobody out there, and then that safety just showed his raw speed and just was able to chase him down. It was just a great play.
That was a wild ending.
Wild game. But honestly, even if they win, I don't think they get in based on how the rest of the game's played out. Because you're not going to put him in over Cincy.
No.
So I don't think at the end of the day it mattered. I mean, it matters because they didn't win the conference championship, but it did not matter for their playoff hopes.
Right. Yep. Well,
it was a great game.
It was.
It was the best game on Saturday.
No question. The interns Mom Spaghetti. Alabama, the University of Alabama had a good Saturday.
I don't care.
I don't either, but I have to read this. Obviously their football team is the SEC champs, and then the same day, Alabama basketball took down number 3 Gonzaga in the battle in Seattle.
I saw that.
And intern was at the game in Seattle, and That's about it. I don't really Alabama. I'm just so over them.
Both games were extremely great. I was able to be at the basketball game in Seattle.
Intern.
Boo.
Boo. Big boo.
I hate Alabama.
I hate them. I hate them too. So.
You've heard that song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That one.
So if you don't know, go onto Spotify and just type in "I hate Alabama" and it'll come up, and it's a guy singing about how much he hates the University of Alabama. It's fucking great.
It's a fun little song.
It is a fun little song.
I'm glad we just weren't talking about the song I thought we were talking about.
What?
I will tell you after the podcast.
Oh,
okay.
Wait,
some adult content.
Were you thinking Ram Ranch?
It's nothing I feel comfortable sharing on the pod.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll tell you after, but you're in for a good laugh.
All right.
I'm sure some of our fans at home might know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's get into our second favorite segment. Are you serious?
Are you serious? Are you serious?
All right. I will kick this one off. This is ridiculous. The intern has now taken the lead in line of the week.
It's bad.
Are you serious? And she bet against the New York Football Giants, and she won.
You just have bad luck. Because you were like, never bet against the Giants, never gonna bet against the Eagles. But when the intern and myself, when we bet against them, it works. So it's just your luck.
I'm not very happy.
The problem is Sherm will bet against him one time and lose you're stuck. That's how you have to bet now. You can't flip up. It's like if you always bet on black, you can't just switch up to red. That's when black wins.
True.
That's the rule of what is it? Ride the bus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
stick with one color.
Yep.
I'm not very happy. She came in late. She came in what, like 4 games late?
3.
And now she's in the lead.
It's only by a half game. We're good.
What? Yeah.
What is her line this week?
That's a big line.
That is a big line.
I'm not very happy about that. I'll be having the intern gave me a lot of shit on Sunday night.
She gave me shit too.
Yeah.
Because she was hyped that Alabama won and that my line didn't hit. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Oh, and I just quickly want to talk about that Book It with Trent guy because I hate that guy. If you don't know who he is, he's a TikTok person, and basically all he does is sports bet. And he is wrong 100% of the time. It's like not even funny anymore. There are dedicated TikTok pages to reposting his stuff and taking the exact opposite of the bets that he places, and they make a lot of money doing it. And he does not, because he just loses everything. And so on Saturday morning, I was on TikTok and I saw that he picked Georgia minus 6.5, and I just sat there thinking to myself, I'm screwed. The game hasn't even gone yet, and Georgia has already lost because they got the Book It with Trent curse, and lo and behold, his line did not hit, and neither did mine. So thanks, Trent.
Oh, we are down bad right now. We're only a half game out. You and I. We have to get our shit together.
I'm confident, super confident in my line this week.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you have for Are You Serious?
I got a very, very interesting thing here. So our lovely roommate sent us this story this morning, and it was about a UPenn swimmer. And this individual is a transgender woman who swims for UPenn. And they beat their competition by 38 seconds in a match. I don't even know what it's called. A meet. I think it was this weekend. And I just have one question for the NCAA.
Are you serious?
Thank you. Why are you letting biological men compete in women's sports? Because, so this is the NCAA rule. You have to take testosterone, like blockers, essentially, for a year before you can make the transition from men's sports to women's sports. But this individual was 21 when they decided to make the transition. And I'm sorry, when you're 21, you are a man. Like, you have the development of a full-grown man. The human body meets its peak performance between the ages of 19 to 25. So when you start something that late, it has basically zero effect on your development. So you are already developably a man. And it shows in the kind of times that they're putting up in their races. It's ridiculous. I just don't see how this is fair to women who have put their entire life into training and competing and busting their ass to be college-level athletes, and then this person comes in and just says, nope, I'm going to win literally everything, and there's nothing you can do about it. How is that okay? Yeah. And this individual swam for the UPenn men's team 2 years ago. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not fair. It's wrong. NCAA, fix your shit.
Those questions are above our pay grade.
They are, but it's a free country. It's the First Amendment. Anybody can have an opinion on it, and that's mine. It's
There you go.
It is fucking wrong.
The interns, are you serious? The Seahawks, we did talk about it a little bit. Where is it? Their fake punt. You don't see from a Pete Carroll team a lot of excitement or razzle-dazzle.
Nope, not really.
But goddamn, 75 yards to the house? Travis Homer.
I turned the game on late, so I didn't see it. I turned it on like right when they were going to commercial break, so I had no idea what happened.
Yeah, it was a great game. And you know, we're late enough in the season where we're not going to the playoffs.
Exactly.
So you know what?
Who gives a shit?
Let's see what we can do.
Open the playbook, go for it on every fourth down, fake punts, fake field goals, fumble rooskies, just do it all.
Send it.
Why not?
Fuck it, we ball.
You might as well entertain your fans while you suck.
Yep.
So entertain us.
And again, I hope that we burn it down at the end of the season. I've been calling for it, and I think I'm right.
I hope you are.
Before we get into line of the week, we have a very special announcement.
Yeah.
And we're going to go live next week.
Yay.
Yeah, we're going live.
As long as it's okay with young Fabio.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, that's totally good though.
Okay. We haven't planned anything yet, but you best believe we're going to do something fancy for you.
No eating competition.
No eating competition. But we will be going live next week. Maybe we'll have somebody on. Maybe somebody special. That's not alluding. I genuinely don't know. Maybe. But we just wanted to put that out there. And
it'll be like our Christmas special.
The Backburners Christmas Extravaganza next week, December 14th.
Yeah, because after that, we're going to be on a little bit of a break for who knows how long because of the holidays.
Right. We are going on a little Christmas hiatus. I have some things that I have to do, like graduate from college.
Play the crickets, Trav.
Play it. Let me do it again. Let me graduate from college.
Nope.
That one's more accurate.
Graduate from college. There we go. It's exciting.
That one's better.
So yeah, how about the Backburners Christmas Extravaganza?
Yeah.
We'll wear some Christmas sweaters.
We'll hang ornaments from our man parts.
Yes, we will.
I know I kind of messed up. I was gonna kind of deck the studio out with some Christmas stuff, and I kind of forgot. I don't know.
Well, we have next week.
Yeah, I don't think it's too late. I assume my roommate has probably some ample boxes of extra Christmas decorations I could borrow.
Yep. Light guy. Big light guy. All right, and let's end the show with our let's end the show with line of the week.
Yep. Let's.
The intern is in the lead. She is 8-5, and she is picking the Chargers minus 10.5 versus the New York Football Giants.
She's doubling down.
She's doubling down on the Giants. Okay, we'll see. I said this last week. I said we'll see, and
is that game in L.A. or New Jersey?
I have no idea. I have no clue. What is your line of the week?
Army minus 7.5 versus Navy, and I didn't even look at NFL lines. I just saw that game was on Saturday, and I said, you know what, America, Army is like way better than Navy. They're 8-3. Navy's 3-8. Even though the game doesn't like have any college football meaning and has, significant meaning just for being an American. 7.5. I just figured, why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Go for it.
Yeah, it's the only college football game this week. So.
Do they not apply to the regular NCAA?
No, they do. They're in conferences. They're in
Gotcha.
it's like Air Force essentially. Air Force is in our conference with Boise State.
Gotcha.
And to conclude my line of the week, I'm going to take the Bucks minus 3 versus the Bills because the Bills looked like shit last week.
Yeah, but you just never know with them because they look like shit against the Jags and then they put up like 40 on the Jets. It's like they just have these up and down weeks. I don't know.
Bucks minus 3. Let's hope and pray. And with that, take us out.
And that will conclude another spectacular episode of the Backburners. Shout out to the ugliest co-host of all time, Pinhead Larry, our somewhat okay intern, and our wonderful producer, Fabio. Make sure to give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at the Backburners Pod and listen to us on your favorite streaming service. We're the Backburners, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.